welcome to Canadian Politics is Boring.
Oh, Jesse, we're back.
Oh, hello.
We're back.
We're back. You know what that means.
Going to edit out some ASMR. So we missed
You're
you.
going to put banana bread in place of whatever anytime I do this?
Yeah.
Every time I do this.
No ASMR. Remember that? I'm gonna knock you out with some chloroform. When you wake up, you're gonna have a tattoo that says "No ASMR" on your forehead, which actually is bad because you can't see that, but everyone else will.
Welcome back to Canadian Politics is Boring. We had a long break there. That was.
I'm Reese.
I am Jesse.
Yeah, we did have a long
I'm
break.
peaking. Am I peaking? No, I just can't hear myself very well. That's all.
It's just loud.
It's just
we did have a long break. I've just been so busy. I've got a top secret project I can't talk about.
Oh, I know what it is too.
Yeah. We can't.
It's not that top secret.
What it is? It's not for the podcast audience. Yeah, so
that's fair enough.
And work's just been busy, and kids, and the summer. So we had a little bit of an extended break. I looked at it. We've churned out. Taking out, not including the small little bonus things, over 110 episodes.
No way.
So I think we deserved a rest. When
was our 100th episode? We should have celebrated that.
We just breezed past it. We
were
just making content. Just out there, just content creators, creating content.
High five for 110 episodes. There we go.
There we go. Okay. We're just reaching across a long table. That's what the noise was.
Nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah, let's congratulate each other. Didn't sound wrong at all. So
I'm excited to get back in front of the mic. I'm excited to talk to our listener. Hello, listener. How are you?
Yeah, all one of them. And also as well, election fever's in the air.
I want to try something. I want to single out. I'm just going to use. I'm going to try to single out, freak out one of our listeners, or maybe more. But Derek, hi. I hope you're having a great day.
Hi, Derek. Give my regards to Pam.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be insane?
If your name's Derek and you've got a wife called Pam, let us know.
Because that would just be absolutely mind-boggling.
If you've got a dog named Mr. Waggy Tail, that's even more specific. So, Derek, Pam, and Waggy Tail, we love you.
Which one's
Did I go too far? Did I go too far? I was going to say that there's a lot of buzz on social media about.
It's so hot in this room, Reese. You got to get air conditioning.
It's cold summer. There's a lot of buzz on the internet about an election coming up.
Yeah, so two elections actually.
Just want to let you know that if that happens, we will be talking about everything that nobody else is talking about, and probably doesn't matter, just to entertain you about the election.
I'd love to. I'd love to put my 2 cents in on this because, already I've got things. I've got the NDPs calling me up multiple times. I don't mind the NDP, but I've seen them put out attack ads. I have a problem with attack ads. I do. I just think,
especially when they're about you.
Yeah.
All your friends and your family got together to put attack ads out about you.
No, I think attack ads are childish, and they're not helping. You know, the youthful sort of dissonance that today's youth have towards. You know, the sort of this ignorant sort of, they don't care as much about politics, kind of where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
And we've had to get, literally Justin Trudeau had to sit down with a bunch of today's youth and convince them why they should vote. Obama had to do the exact same thing. And they were successful in so much as convincing enough people to vote for them to get them elected, which was great. But they still have this kind of I don't think this works. And they're still doing the same old shit, like attack ads. Attack ads are dumb, man, and we see right through them. Don't tell me to vote for you because I shouldn't vote for other people.
Exactly. It's like, what have you got to offer? Well,
yeah.
What I don't have to offer is all those terrible things that dickhead's doing over there. It's kind of like, if you do that in a job, you wouldn't do that in a job interview. So you're like, so tell me, can you work as a team? Well, forget about my ability to work as a team. That other guy waiting outside, he's shit.
You know, the guy you just fired, I won't be him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
actually, that'd probably be a fairly good thing to say at an interview.
So it'd have to be a very toxic work environment for them to go, you're our guy. Do you want to talk about this episode? I'm excited about this one.
I don't know.
We were going to do this one, and then the story changed halfway through.
Oh.
You'll like it. It's called Parliamentary Naked Video Chat.
Okay. Parliamentary Naked Video Chat.
Are you aware of this story? Any guesses?
No.
All your observations of news and politics?
I'm guessing this is a pantsless Zoom thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a Canadian politician has apologised after appearing naked in a video call with colleagues. It was an unfortunate error, William Amos, who represents the Quebec district of Pontiac, said in a statement on Wednesday. My video was accidentally turned on as I was changing into my work clothes after going for a jog. Mr. Amos said he was embarrassed by the incident, which he described as an honest mistake that won't happen again. I sincerely apologise to my colleagues in the House of Commons for this unintentional distraction, he said in his statement, later tweeting a similar apology.
I hate these apologies. I hate them because they're so fake. All of them. All of these apologies for things that are meaningless, that really affect no one in any way, shape, or form. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, but you kind of have... Yeah, it's just
they
kind
have
of
to, right?
Insert apology here.
I would love to see a politician be like, yeah, so what? It was a mistake. Get on with your day.
So
I can't press the button. I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
Like, just
so
you going to vote for me or not? I'm not him.
Yeah, I'm not naked on Zoom. I'd vote for you if you were. Maybe I will be. Bloc Québécois Party, Claude Bedebel, some sorry French Canadians, said after the conference, it might be necessary to remind the members, especially the male ones, that a tie and jacket are obligatory. We have seen that the member is in great physical shape, but I think members should be reminded to be careful and control the camera, he said in French.
Like his member
of Parliament, not his.
Oh, okay. We can see that his member was in great shape.
To remind his penis to be careful and to control the camera. His penis, yeah. So somebody's Liberal Party colleague, Mark Collins, said he was utterly mortified, and they were satisfied with his explanation. They were like, yeah, these things happen. Sometimes we do get changed on the internet live in front of our colleagues.
Do you think it was on purpose?
Well, so the thing that happened then, though, it happened on a live Zoom call, but somebody did a screenshot and leaked it to the media, which I think is like, you make a mistake online, and then for someone to go, they were like, oh, then score some points against the opposite team here, and somebody leaked the image. So a screenshot was shared with CBC and other media outlets showing Amos standing without his clothes in what appears to be an office with the Canadian and Quebec flags in the background, holding something that blocks the view of his genitals, like a pineapple, or I don't know. Just a comedy prop. Just a hot dog. Or maybe a cockerel or some kind of animal.
As if it was posed, like he did this pose.
An innuendo-laced object or animal.
Do you have this photo for me to see?
I didn't want to dig it out because I was like...
You didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
When people say, oh, you should see this video, this terrible thing happens in it, the last thing I want to do is see that video because it'll just confirm that something terrible happens.
Yeah, but this isn't terrible. This is kind of funny. Me standing with a prop pineapple in front of his crotch.
I made that up.
Oh, you made... Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, I know.
No, he wasn't like a hot dog in one hand and a pineapple in the other.
Yeah.
Just like, okay. That's too bad. It'd be
a picture of little Richard. Anyway. So the leader, or the Liberal House leader in the House of Commons, Pablo Rodriguez, basically said, I would like to say the conduct of the person who took the screenshot is not only extremely unfortunate, but is mean-spirited and life-changing for one of our colleagues.
You're not kidding.
Taking a photo of someone who is changing clothes and in the nude and sharing it without their consent, it could very well be criminal. We're really at a point in our politics where it's acceptable to try and destroy the reputation and humiliate a colleague because someone finds a very unfortunate error and unintentional mistake to be funny. Our politics has taken a very dark and destructive turn if this is the case. So they're trying to take appropriate action to work out who took the photos. So
yeah, I think he should have gone the other direction. I think he should have embraced it. He shouldn't have apologized. It's like a minor apology, like, yeah, sorry that happened. It wasn't really my fault. I didn't do it on purpose.
But I'll be on Twitch at 9:00 tonight.
Yeah, right. If you want to see this photo, it'll be revealed at 10 p.m. on Twitch.
No, so I thought this was a story about how someone trying to score cheap points by doing that.
Sounds like it.
But
it was his ex-wife.
No. But there's an even bigger but.
What? There's an even bigger but?
Yeah.
Than his but?
Not long after, it happened again.
Do you like that joke? It was a dad joke. I'm not even a dad.
I know. You probably have got a child somewhere which you don't know about if you told a joke like that.
Oh God! Don't do that to me.
Sorry, Jesse's mother. I'm sure they're pretty confident there are no illegitimate Jessies running around somewhere. I know where all my kids are. Do you? Anyway, yeah. So he did it again. He did it again. May the 27th.
Hold on, I can't just dive back in after a
just
statement
joking.
like that. Well, now you got me wondering.
Now it's time for a break where you'll be regaled with wonderful products like Snortable Mustard, Hair Mousse Suppositories, and all of the wonderful innovations brought to you by capitalism, a superior system to communism. That crazy night you were seduced by Ottawa. You never know what you left behind.
Oh, Ottawa.
Oh, Ottawa.
Oh, Ottawa.
There's another one. Seduced by Ottawa. Oh, Ottawa.
Oh, Ottawa. That could be on the back of the t-shirt.
There we go. So May the 27th, 2021, Liberal MP caught on camera unawares again during virtual House of Commons.
Okay. This guy needs to either find a different tactic or
Yeah. So there's a pattern emerging here, except this time it got slightly different. It was a slightly different thing.
Is it the same dude?
Amos said in a statement posted to Twitter that while he was taking part in a virtual session of the House of Commons the previous day, he urinated without realizing he was on camera. So he was just having a piss in his office on camera.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Let's just unravel this a little bit. So, did he take his laptop into the bathroom? Was there no bathroom and he was just pissing onto his desk? Like, where?
I don't know. Was he going into a bottle?
Like, yeah, seriously, was this meeting so important that he couldn't, just excuse me for a second? No, I have to go right now in front of everyone. Like, what did he do? What did he piss in?
There was no detail. There's no detail.
That seemed like
it must have been bad because nobody shared a screenshot this time.
Yeah, but if there's no detail, I mean, if he was pissing on his desk or just in the corner of his office, that would be a detail. If I were reporting this, I would leave in.
Or if he took his laptop
into the bathroom,
into the toilet, and just was
excuse me, everyone, I have to use the washroom, but don't mind me. We can continue this.
Yeah,
watch this.
It's like we said about the remember the case in New Brunswick with the COVID. With the COVID conference, where
that was really funny.
It's like it was dick in one hand, balancing the laptop in the other kind of scenario. So he said it was accidental and could not be viewed by the public, but was nonetheless agreed it was completely unacceptable, and he apologized without reservation.
I should not have pissed on my desk in front of a whole bunch of people on stream online.
Shortly after exposing myself
as
well. He's temporarily stepping away from the role as Parliamentary Secretary to Industry Minister Francois Philippe Champagne, and from his committee... Champagne. How do you say it?
I don't think it's champagne.
Well, that's what I drink. What do you drink?
Well, is that his last name?
Yeah, Francois Philippe Champagne.
We're going to get an email. I'm fairly certain.
I'm pretty sure it's not champagne, younger. Anyway, it's and he said he said
get gum off the roof of your mouth.
So basically he's looking for help, and he didn't elaborate which kind of help. So I did a bit of digging, and have you ever heard of exhibitionism?
Well, yeah.
So, or exhibitionistic disorder. So it involves exposing the genitals to become sexually excited or having a strong desire to be observed by other people during sexual activity.
Yeah.
Exhibitionist disorder involves acting on exhibitionist urges or fantasies, or being distressed or unable to function because of those urges and fantasies. So
unable to function.
I think that's more extreme exhibitionist disorder than exhibitionism. So exhibitionists are usually males. They expose their genitals, usually to unsuspecting strangers, and become sexually excited when doing so. They may be aware of the need to surprise, shock, or impress the unwilling observer.
So we're talking the old trench coat in New York City.
But this is like a more high-tech, COVID-friendly version.
You want to buy a letter L, and then you flash open your coat. And
a letter L?
You ever watch Sesame Street? I guess you haven't. No, you were from Wales.
Exhibitionists on Sesame Street.
I mean, not really. Depends on who you ask, really. It's, Mr. Hooper was... Anyway.
They might have been naked under those costumes. The victim is almost always a woman or a child of either sex. Actual sexual contact is almost never sought. So it's more like they get a thrill from going, look at that. But when he said he was going for treatment, and this is me just guessing, but there is treatment. So
There's treatment for this?
yeah, psychotherapy support groups.
Seeing a therapist.
Yeah, antidepressants and sometimes other kinds of drugs as well.
It's not treatment.
Well, yeah, it's kind
just
of helping
getting
them,
healthy.
It's helping them get over those. They're obviously in like a, it's like sometimes if people have, like I find my dyslexia when I'm tired or stressed, I make way more mistakes.
Sure.
So if you've got an underlying thing and you're in a stressful position, stuff's going on in your life, I think sometimes things like that, but I'm not going to expose myself. I promise. So I don't think, that's a good way of coping. So
That awkward silence was everything to me.
I'm not going to expose myself, followed by 10 seconds of silence. Ding.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend we're not both naked right now in this room.
Naked I wonder if there is a naked podcast
I'm
somewhere.
sure there is. There's got to be like a nudist podcast. What would an Amish podcast be like?
They didn't have microphones.
No, I know, right?
So
how could they do it?
Unless they did like fashion a microphone out of like wood.
A wooden
With no internal electronics.
And they've got some guy in like a giant hamster cage
their version of
running
podcast,
for electricity next to them so they can send the signal out.
I think they just, podcasting is the modern day version of sitting around a campfire telling stories and having conversations. So I think that they probably just do it the old fashioned way, where they sit around the kitchen table, they tell stories, they've got jokes, they probably play music. They don't need the format. They already enjoy the spoken word.
The Fallout, did you say?
The format.
Oh.
The digital fallout.
They don't need the Fallout.
It blew my mind. There's no communities in the UK like the Amish or those kind of communities. Really? Yeah. And then coming in, it was like Amish made furniture. I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. And then I was like, oh, my only frame of reference for the Amish was the film with a young, who's Indiana Jones? Who's the actor?
Harrison Ford.
Young Harrison Ford. The Witness. Have you ever seen Witness?
Yes.
Great film.
Long time ago, though.
And what's the bowling film with Bill Murray?
The what film?
Kingpin.
Oh, yeah.
That's my only other reference for Amish people, which isn't a good reference. I don't think it's an accurate depiction of the Amish community. Although my favourite thing is when
we should visit the Amish and do a show.
We should.
Them. Yep.
I don't understand their politics, so it'd be good to understand more.
Yeah.
If you're Amish, or you're of Amish origin, reach out to us. It's just interesting.
If you're Amish and reading this transcript,
no, but there's a lot of Amish people who
embrace technology.
No, some people do. Don't they go out when they're teenagers and they have to experience the outside world and then come back again
just to see how horrible it is?
Yeah, and then.
So if we're part of their experience of seeing how horrible the world is, do you think that's a really great way to encourage them to invite us into their lands to do a live show about their?
I don't know.
I mean, but it's probably the only way they're going to ever hear from us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say there's 3 Amish people listening to us right now, and their names are Isaiah, John,
Fabio.
Sure. Yeah, I was going to go
Traditional
for a woman, but that's traditional.
I just find it fascinating. Yeah. I do. I think it's really interesting.
It is.
Especially because I love people who just completely ignore what everybody else is doing and go, yeah, well, we just like it this way, and that's totally fine. It's amazing just to go, well, yeah, you can have your Chevy Volts and your Wendy's and all that shit. We're just gonna have a simple.
We're gonna do it our way.
Simple life.
It kind of reminds me of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. You're familiar with the Flying Spaghetti Monster, right?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with its lore? Its lore.
Yeah, it's like an atheist thing, isn't it?
Do you know how it got started? This is a complete wild detour to the left here.
No, I don't know the full detail.
So this guy was going to university or college, the founder, and oh my God, there were like Christian studies or something. Oh my God, I'm fucking this up so bad.
This is a wonderful story,
right?
Well told as well.
Let's go back to naked politicians.
I did 6 weeks of philosophy before I dropped out because they had to write essays and I can't. And they did this whole thing where they were like, right, okay, prove to me that God exists. And then someone else would say, prove to me there's not a...
I would just write no.
And then someone else would say, prove to me...
I will not.
Prove to me there isn't a 6-foot purple rabbit in the corner of the room who's invisible and only I can see him. And they were using that. Is the spaghetti monster similar?
Oh, yeah, very much so. There were
Prove to me that there's
essentially
not a spaghetti monster.
basically boiled down to the fact that like there were Christian and religious classes or like exceptions for religions in his school, and he went and argued like this is not fair. And they're like, well, it's it's the way it is. And he's like, no, I want there to be a class on my religion. And they're like, what's your religion? He's like, it's the flying spaghetti monster. And they laughed, and he's like, no, I'm dead serious. And he went and he made literature, and he made a website, and he got followers, and it just exploded. And the university, like they had no choice but to either, I forget what they did. My God,
They wear like colanders on their heads.
No, the schools didn't start wearing colander on their head, but
No, but that's the thing I've seen.
yeah, it's amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
Ramen
Anyway, if you are Amish, let us know.
or a
Spaghetti monster follower.
a pastafarian.
A pastafarian. If you're a pastafarian, then let us know. Yeah, so
I was all excited to tell that story, and then like 90% of the information just slipped out of my brain as soon as I started telling it.
it's the best kind of story.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm getting dumber and dumber with age. It's great.
It is. No, you can actually create new brain cells even when you're like in your 80s.
Really?
Yeah, you're just not using your brain enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Thanks, Reese.
just how you. It's more to do with how you live your life than your age. So yeah. Anyway,
Are we finished
we're done.
with the naked?
Call to action. Instagram. Bye.
No, we got to think of a better, because it's just Instagram every
and
time.
eat pie.
Eat pie.
Yeah.
We should like write down our call to actions so that we're prepared for the end of the show comes. We could,
Do a thing.
do a thing.
Do a thing.
Take some deep breaths. And call someone that you appreciate and slip in a compliment to them in the middle of your conversation, so it doesn't seem too weird that you just called them up. Hey, Mary, nice hair. Click. Just
If you're listening in your office, trying to avoid doing work, have a piss next time you're on a Zoom call.
right where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe into somebody else's coffee mug.
Okay, that's
whatever.
That's a little much.
Okay.
It's kind of
Let's go now.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening and sticking us in your ear holes, all deep inside there, just the way you like it. My name is Jesse. This has been Reese.
I have been Reese, and I will continue to be until
God.
I expire.
We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, thanks for coming back. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Are you ready for some personality in your personal finances? Hi, I'm Janice Torres Rodriguez, Latina money expert and host of the award-winning podcast Yo Quiero Dinero. On this show, we're serving up POC-friendly personal finance knowledge, always with a side of sass. We're not talking about avocado toast and lattes on this show. We've got real, relatable personal finance knowledge that makes you feel seen, heard, and finally understood. Consider me your super cool, slightly risque, but always honest financial fairy godmother. Together, we'll tackle dinero in a fresh new way so you can finally become poderosa with your dinero. Check out our weekly podcast episodes at yoquierodineropodcast.com or subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.